with Rock Creek Pharmacy, and this is our, I think it's 11th edition of the Diabetes Corner. Wanted to go over something that was really interesting and cool that I learned this morning off of a podcast, the American Diabetic Association's podcast. Dr. Skolnick actually runs that, and he had a guest on talking today about autoimmune disease, which can cause, of course, type 1 diabetes, and testing for antibodies. So I wanted to pass this along to you guys just so you know. I mean, this is kind of an expanding field, so it's good for you to be aware of what is available to you. So just to recap, for those of you that don't know how type 1 starts, type 1 is started by an autoimmune disease, which will attack the pancreas. And when that attacks the pancreas, it kills the cells that produce insulin. And remember that without insulin, we cannot get any sugar or energy into the cell, which leads that to stay outside of the cell in the bloodstream, where it can cause lots of damage and lead to cell death, because, the cell needs that for energy. So type 1 is irreversible, and the damage that it causes is oftentimes irreversible. So that's why this is so important, because they've now come out with a new test that can screen for type 1 diabetes before the symptoms start, and that is an antibody test. Who is eligible for it? If you have type 1 diabetes and you have a family member that is directly like first generation, like this would be if you have children, or if you have a sibling or person like that, or of course, I guess parents, might qualify if you're a child and you have parents. But generally speaking, type 1 diabetes is going to be more of a juvenile onset. So it's not to say that if you're older than 15 you can't have the antibody test, but it is specific for individuals who are anywhere from the ages of 2 to 15 years old. So, and actually it's recommended that you screen for it at ages 2, age 6, and age 10. So if you are type 1 diabetic, you have a child that's in between the ages of 2 and 15, you can totally look into this and see if you can get them screened for antibodies. Why is that important? Well, if you can catch it now, there is a treatment out there. It is an autoimmune treatment that can be administered that can slow it down. Plus, not to mention the fact that if you catch it early, you might be able to mitigate some of the damage that can get caused by it. So all of that to say, call us or, check in with us if you have questions about this. We can get you more information and, get you in connection with doctors who can help you. And I think it's a great opportunity. And for those who might wonder, well, what about insurance? Will insurance cover this? According to the podcast, it does. But if you were kind of had insurance that did not, there are 2 programs out there that you can utilize that will test for free. One, let me look at my notes here, is through TrialNet. And then the other is through Breakthrough Type 1D. And we're, obviously with this, we're putting it up on the, in the presentation, so you can see it written out. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Happy Easter. And, we'll have a tea coming up later on this week. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.